Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Get Your Paint On this Thursday, December 12th. I am joined here with Will Hungerford
Hello.
and John Swinkles.
Oh, hi.
Tony has disappeared into the ether this morning, never to be found again, except for like sometime next week. You're killing me, John. You're killing me, John.
Yep.
Can I get it back?
You got
Thank
it back.
you. Let's go to the stream schedule.
I had to fix it. It was not doing the right thing.
He deleted my prompt sheet.
I
and
didn't
it was
delete
gone.
it. I minimized it to fix it.
And I couldn't see it.
No.
Anyways, pretty much everything is the same as usual. We got Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Dev Hangout. We got Get Your Paint On. Thursdays at 10 a.m. And Staff Showdown, which is scheduled for next. That's what, next Wednesday?
Yeah, and it's
Tuesday.
gonna be a double show.
It's a double show.
Yeah, so for people that don't know, Wednesday dev chats me and Oz talking about the game stuff coming up. Thursday's what we're watching now. It's where
Yeah.
you paint things and talk about people's tips and
Correct.
tricks and how to hobby and stuff like that. And then dev chat or Staff Showdown is like a live battle report. So we play different games.
Yeah.
Normally we do one, but this time we're doing 2 of the Oblivion campaign games we're playing internally.
Oh, excellent. Who's going to be participating in that?
I have no idea.
We don't know yet.
I'm not
Okay.
playing either.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm commentating one, but I'm not playing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing that. Then we've got Hobby Hangout tomorrow with Brian, Danny. Do we know John?
I do not know.
Okay.
No, that is
Well,
that is Tony knowledge
To
that
be
I do
determined.
not have.
Well, it's probably already determined. I just don't know. So we'll find out tomorrow. Cool. We got subscriptions, everybody. Amazon Prime subs. Don't forget, between now and the end of the year, when you subscribe to the channel on Twitch, you get at least or gift once gift a subscription. Cheer at least 300 bits. You unlock special holiday emotes. We are still waiting on 120 subs for the RideQuest loot coin. Go ahead and feel free to subscribe, get all your sweet emotes, and get us to that RideQuest loot coin, everybody. Thanks so much for everyone who has been subscribing. Helps us do this show and get sweet emotes.
We love you.
We love you too.
I would do the little heart symbol with my hands, right? But they can't. They can see you though. Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
there's
mini
a
crate.
screenshot.
L5R. It is the last day for the Savage Mini Crate Serpent Man. This model is sick. I've seen it in person. Anybody who was at Gen Con saw it in person. It's super cool. Today is the last day for that. VIP King Conan is still available through January 12th. So if you guys still want that guy, you can subscribe to the 6-month plan for the ability to get that model. All right, let's move on. Many of you may know, many of you may not know, but we've got Destructotron 3000, who I've painted on a little bit. So just to get a little bit of a head start.
What have you done so far?
I just painted a little bit of gray. We're just undercutting some metal here. But our good friend Hungerford over here gave us a freaking wonderful solution for how to paint this guy. Why don't you go ahead and explain what you recommended to me and I latched onto?
Yes. So the idea is, this is kind of taken from what I did with my James, is to do a radioactive version of the character. So what I did with my James is I painted all of her armor, the outer plates white, and then I weathered them. So they looked like, she at one point was new and pristine, but has been wandering the Riot Quest apocalypse. But the inner bits, sort of between her armor plates and then her eyes and her top of her head, I made glowy green to look like radioactive. Like she's nuclear powered, but is just wandering around, and one day she's going to melt down. So when you asked how she painted the Destructotron, I said, let's do this nuclear fallout, beaten up, weathered looking version of the robot.
Yep, I thought it was a great idea.
With
So-
green glowy bits.
Also, I like doing green glowy bits.
So not bees.
So what?
Not bees.
No. I'm not about the yellow and black stripes.
You don't want to do hazard stripes all over them?
No. I mean, I could do hazard stripes on a little bit of them.
I know.
Kind of cool.
He's got a lot of round surfaces.
He does. Be a good place to put it, like, on the shoulder pad here, like somewhere in there. I don't know. I might be able to find a place for it. I'm going to lay in some of this green, though, so I know where it's going to go.
It's probably in the coils along the gun.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Destructotron, as we've been diving more and more into the lore of Riot Quest, people have been asking about Destructotron, what his deal is. So, as you know, if Riot Quest was a TV show, it's a Saturday morning cartoon. And you got the good guys, you got the bad guys, and then you got your sort of episodic weekly heroes of the week, villains of the week, and then sometimes episodes that are just about like characters that just happen to you. They're just forces of nature. Like, you know, sometimes you just got to deal with this thing, and that's Destructotron. Destructotron was originally built, you know, as a weapon of war by the Convergence, by some who knows who made him. But he's been set to destruct mode, and there's no one left to flip that switch. Nobody even knows where the switch is at. Maybe it's even broken off. So he just goes around, and if something's standing, he disintegrates it and just levels it. So in the episode where, you know, Eris and the good guys come across Destructotron, and Boomhowler and the bad guys are trying to, like, lure him over to their side to help destroy things, they probably run into him, like, at, you know, the side of, like, a wall that's still standing and some buildings, and Destructotron's just, like, bit by bit, booping and beeping while he just, like, renders it down to ash. And they're like, hey there, robot. And he turns over, and he's like, boop, boop, and then just opens fire. And they've got to figure out how to deal with him.
So I'm going to do some cool, like, corrosion effects on this to indicate, like, the radiation, like, eroding, or corroding, rather, like, parts of the gun. So I'm going to do, like, the housing for where this gun is. I'm going to paint it a little bit orangey and corroded through the metal. Just placing some color in there now, go through and refine it a little bit later. I really like using this. Bloodstone is like one of my low-key favorite colors in the range. I use it for basically everything now, between leather and corrosion effects, browns. It's just so good, versatile. What is your favorite color, Hungerford?
Period?
Yeah, in the range.
I'm a big fan of reds.
Which ones? We have
Probably
many reds.
Scorn. I like the little bit lighter look.
Not a fan of amethyst rose?
No, it's good. I mean, you know, but you asked my opinion. That's
Well,
what I'm giving
your
it to you.
opinion can be wrong. That's fine.
That's not possible. I probably for like the Scorn-based colors is like the vibrancy and the shade of red I like to paint the most. Like if I had the chance, I would just paint. Well, my old Protectorate, the one I started with back in the day in 2005, was the alt color scheme found in the back of Escalation, where instead of being white and gold and black, they were red and black and gold. So I painted a lot of red, and that's where I kind of fell in love with that color.
Red is a good color.
Specifically, that color.
Scorn red is a great base red. You can build up from that one a lot. My Hot Rod Signar are all, their first layer was Scorn red.
It's just a good color.
Alrighty.
I mean, my favorite new thing we have in the line is Muddy Wash.
Muddy Wash is really good.
Yeah, Muddy Wash is amazing. It just fixes everything. Painting white, Muddy Wash. Painting black, Muddy Wash. Not even painting, Muddy
Some
Wash.
hot rod convergence models. That'd be kind of rad. You could find something like that.
Alec M. Luda says, I wish we saw more reds in Convergence.
If I did that, my Convergence would look like my Signar.
Yeah, you know, I like red. I don't really like red as a main element of a faction color,
Why is that?
personally. I don't know. I just think for me, I like it better as an accent color.
Well, as you said, you're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah, that's exactly. We're all allowed to be wrong.
Oh, you know what would look sick on Convergence? Metallic candy apple red with like a sheen. Like a glossy finish.
That'd
Like
be
just
kinda
bought a
weird.
new iPhone in red.
Bought a new iPhone in red.
Yeah.
I actually really, really dig the Project Red iPhones.
Yeah.
Those things look sweet. I really like the red iPhones.
Paint a Convergence model look like that.
Maybe we can give them a red gun. Hot red gun.
No, the whole body.
I don't
The entire
want-
hull of it is
I don't
red.
want them to be that red, though.
Well, it's your show. I can't tell you what to do.
I mean, you can tell me what to do until the cows fly.
You
but
won't listen.
That's true.
There's no point in telling someone to do unless you can make them do it.
You can't make me do it.
No.
You can't make me do it.
Not like this.
Hemar81 points out Deathless Metal. I actually really do love that color too.
Is this for your crew?
Yep. This is my personal one.
You gonna play him?
Heck yeah, I'm gonna play him.
Do you like him? Have you played with him yet?
I've not played with him yet.
Do you know what he does?
I looked over his card very briefly this morning
He
when I was assembling the studio one.
he has point blank, so he rolls more red dice when he's adjacent to someone, and he's got disintegrate, which says you can re-roll all the red dice. And he's got
Okay.
aim.
What
He's
have
a
you
gunner.
done?
Why
Oh,
are
I mean-
you re-rolling so much?
He doesn't do anything else. His whole shtick, like when you look at other gunners, because the game's designed and developed like a MOBA, so every hero in the same class needs to stack up with the other. So when you look at other gunners, like point blank, he's the best. I'm just gonna walk up and do damage to you, gunner. But he doesn't do like Boomhowler, who takes 2 shots, so he can kill somebody from full to dead in one turn, and he gives out extra blue die to friends nearby. Or Dez, who can't be moved and can move other people. Or Leadfoot and Treads, who can like grab somebody and drag them along the arena. So like he has no utility, and that's his shtick. He's just straight range DPS.
I mean, that is pretty cool though.
So he's kind of the ranged DPS version of Black Bella, who's the melee DPS.
Yep.
Got it.
Though the Bella has more utility than Destructotron because she's got Dirty Fighter.
Right.
So she can like whack people on the way out. She's like the only free strike in the game, effectively. Like Destructotron, because
That ability is so good.
it is.
It's an attack of opportunity. It's amazing.
So, those of you who may or may not have noticed, I'm practicing some non-metallic metal right now because I can, and it's fun. It's a nice challenge every once in a while. It also helps out. I've been painting a lot of like true metallics lately, and this is like really good exercise. Oops, I'm a little off camera.
Well, how are you doing this?
Just a little.
So the idea is you want to layer your colors, and I'm using like gray tones. So I'm basically going to build the reflections up, and you can kind of see where I'm building these, what they're called specular highlights. They're like the reflective highlights where the curves happen, like on this, right? We've talked about this in the past a little bit before, but like that highlight right there is specular highlight. And those will happen based on where your light sources are. So like this guy, you can see there's like three little dings. That indicates like 3 points of bright light that are reflecting off of this shiny silver armor. And that'll get brighter and brighter as I push it up. And then what I'll do afterwards to add a little bit more like color to it is I'll kind of blend in some other colors via glazes. So this is just a really quick and efficient way to do it. And it doesn't have to be super smooth blends. Like I'm not even two brush blending this right now. But as long as your highlights are in the right place, it reads really well. You can kind of see that. This is a little, the one thing is you typically want to follow like the shape. So if you have this curved plate, right? I'll show you here. This curved plate is it's kind of similarly shaped, and it's curved in the same sort of way. But it kind of curves down to a smaller point. So like the outside is larger than the inside edge, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You want to have the light, the bright points are going to pull, that's about the same color, wrong color. So you want to have the light, like the specular highlights, pull towards the same area.
I get what
So
you're saying.
they'll
Yeah.
they'll pull in towards the center because it's wrapping around, right? So it's going to follow that shape together. Same thing goes on here, and you want to follow those highlights down.
Sounds like witchcraft.
It's some wizardry, that's for sure.
It could be witchcraft.
It's just basically lots of small layers of color that you just build up.
Alec Imluda is asking, he wants to know if enemy models take damage when they're being dragged by Leadfoot and Treads. No, Leadfoot and Treads actually only gives rides to friendlies. His rule is called Ride Along, which lets somebody can hop a ride on the tank. He doesn't actually drag enemies, though there is something coming that lets you drag enemies.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'm done.
What does Captain Crawtooth do with his hook?
He's got drag. He's got a range 3 hook, which you can give telescoping blades to get up to range 5, so that Captain Crawtooth can just whack you from downtown. And then if he hits you, he can drag you 3 spaces, but you have to end up closer to him than you started.
Right. So it's basically the opposite of beatback.
Yeah. He goes fishing. Underground Heretic, any updates on the dynamic update timeline? Hopefully this month. If it's not this week or next week, it will be January, because afterwards we're out of the office. But things are on track for this month, looking pretty dang likely.
So I'm putting in this glaze here real quick.
Drakeo's Dragoon has a question for you.
Yeah, I got an answer.
He says, when using Trollblood base for metal armor, what color would you recommend for shading it?
Are we talking like painted metal, non-metallic metal, or true metallic metals?
We will wait for Mr. or Mrs. Dragoon to specify. The answer is muddy wash. He says non-metallic metal.
So Trollblood base is really blue. I would follow with another color that's pretty blue as well. So if I were doing Trollblood base, which I don't have up here, you could do Greatcoat Gray is probably a good solution, which is predominantly the color I'm using. The colors I'm using right now, just so you guys know what my palette is, I'll just kind of lay them out here. It's Greatcoat Gray, Exile Blue, which I haven't used yet, Thamar Black, ooh, we're getting there, Coal Black, which is here, Underbelly Blue for the highlights, and then Mara White when I get to the like super bright ting highlights. I'm on like a mix of, so like these right here are like a mix of Underbelly Blue and Greatcoat Gray right now, going up to like more strictly Underbelly Blue.
So your answer for his question would be?
The answer is Greatcoat Gray is probably your best bet, followed by Thamar Black, and then depending on whether or not you want to add more color to it. Like you could always do, like you can always experiment. Like instead of doing Coal Black and Exile Blue, you could shade down with some green. So this is some Gnarls right here. We're going to mix it into some of this Greatcoat Gray. And then move this all out of the way. Then I'll shade using that green. And what it does is it kind of depends on what the like surrounding area is, right? Like this indicates that, you know, he's in a grassy field or something because it's going to be reflecting the elements around it, right? So, and you do this with your true metallics too. Like this is a really important thing for any sort of metallic that you want, because metallics are going to inherently reflect the world around them, right? Even if it's not, you know, chrome, so it's not going to reflect exactly what it is, it's still going to have an element of that color. So if you're in a desert, right, your metal is going to be skewed more towards that, you know, brownish rucksack tan tone. Not that you should use rucksack tan in your reflective tones, but it's something that you want to consider when you're pulling your colors together. And it just makes it look more real.
That's a pretty dang good explanation there,
Yeah.
Jordan.
So you can use browns too. Like, so I'm using bloodstone, right, as some of this like corrosion that I'm going to be doing. So you're probably going to get a little bit of that.
Oh, you're going to paint it on. You know what I normally do? I do the blister technique, the blister packaging technique.
No, this is for the reflections in the
Oh,
metal.
for the reflection.
Yeah.
So you said the
can-
corrosion. I thought you were getting some weathering in there.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that here in a minute.
I misunderstood you.
So you can paint in this brown to indicate it's reflecting this color from the, you know, corroded gun, because anything that you have in, like, everything reflects light. So this brown corroded metal will reflect light. So it's going to reflect into the metal, right? So you're going to see it. So I'll just typically mix whatever my like initial color is, which in this case is Greatcoat Gray, into whatever color that I want for that, and then blend that into the deep shadows, right? And that gets this like really convincing, like natural looking tone. We can do it a little bit more on here. And the closer you get, the more you can have that reflection pop up, the brighter that color can be. And you can even do cool stuff like have your glows reflect too. So if I want to put, you know, a glow reflection down in here, that's glowing from the underside of this gun. It's going to pick up down here. Blend that in a little bit. And I can strengthen that up a little bit, add a little bit more color there. Hope you guys can see this all right.
It's a little hard to catch.
Yeah, this is like pretty muted colors right now. I'm going to let that dry. But this glow in here, which I'm going to make pretty pronounced, like I'm going to end up doing something along the lines of putting more glow in here, which is probably what I'm going to do around here as well. Make it a little bit more muddy for right now, but that's okay. Yeah. So I hope that answered your question, or at least in some regard.
Information was gleaned.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a complicated thing to go into, but use a lot of reference. Like that's the biggest thing. And part of the reason why I like doing a lot of like non-metallic metal for my own stuff is A, it's different than what I normally do. B, it helps make my true metallic metals that I do in the studio makes them better because you're using the same concepts, but you're just painting with reflective paint. Means that it's a little bit more difficult because you have to force, like metallic paints are just harder to work with in general. Whereas like true, like opaque paints, you can just put them in a place and you will see them there. The metallics, like you have to really work that color to really like read properly.
He says, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Alec has a lore question about Destructotron. He says, so in Convergence, they have human personalities. You mentioned earlier that his switch is just set to kill. Does Convergence have override protocols to control their troops? Not in general. Destructotron is a very unique thing. There's only one of him, and he does have Soul Vessel. There is someone in there, but he is not in control of, or he or she is not in control of their faculties. We don't want to give away too much, but you know how Doom Reavers are prisoners that are chained to a fell blade and go nuts because they did something really bad? Maybe the Destructotron 3000 suit, of which there was only one in existence, wasn't exactly something they chose to be put in. And all they know how to do
Just kill stuff.
is kill stuff.
I'm super excited. I got my my mat finally.
Which
So,
one?
The
Thunderstone?
Thunderhead Fortress.
Thunderstone Fortress.
Is it Thunderstone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me.
Fortress Souls wants to know, what happens to the other 2,999? And there's only one. I think whoever made them was probably a little bit of an edgelord and just wanted to give it a cool name.
Hungerford.
What?
Didn't you make these?
That's the joke. That's the joke.
Hungerford
I like when-
just called himself an edgelord.
I
That's
like
really
how,
funny. I think that's pretty funny.
Ponto Hornblower put it. I have no mouth and I must scream or shoot 3,000 rounds.
Screwfizzle talks about hitting 1,000 members on the Facebook group. Yeah, so today I ran a promotion. The Facebook General Riot Quest group was almost at 1,000 members, and there are 4 heroes that people haven't seen yet that are coming out in the Mayhem block. The Mayhem block being all models released from the starter to the new block that starts next Gen Con with a new starter. So there's been a couple little vague hints and stuff, and I basically said, hey, if we hit 1,000 members, I'll put a poll up, and you can all vote, and then tomorrow, whatever vote wins, we'll show off the concept art and talk about the hero and the background and who they are. And so the votes are happening right now in the Riot Quest group, and one of them, the 2 hints are look up and a quote, a saying that just says, "Sister, I had no idea he had a sister," and that is the one that's currently in the lead. So we'll see if they get that one.
Oh, that one's currently in the lead?
It's currently in the lead. The baby sister one is currently in the lead.
That's pretty good. I'm excited for that one.
I'm excited to see you paint that
I
one.
know what these are, and you don't. Ha 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 ha.
Wow.
You gotta wait until tomorrow.
That's how you. I watched our view count. I watched our view count drop just now.
I think my favorite thing in the world is watching Jordan taunt people.
Yeah.
I don't do it often,
that was
but when I do.
It was pretty cool. It went down by 15 viewers.
Well, why are you scaring people
Well,
away?
it's because they scooted over to that page on Facebook to
Yeah.
go join it. They'll
Yeah.
be back.
That would actually make a lot of sense.
Did we actually? Because if so, I'll take that back.
Travis wants a GIF of Dancing Jordan now. God, if I had a GIF of Dancing Jordan.
Why don't you just make one next time we see each other?
Yeah, and or just call that piece you've got there and use that.
I think your idea that everyone left to go see the Riot Quest Journal group on Facebook, the Twitch number's the same, but there was a little exodus on the Facebook one. You're right, because I just got a massive amount of requests to join the group, which I just approved. So everyone coming back, I just approved your requests.
I know
Cheers.
how the internet works.
Chaz. Wow. Baby sister one is in the lead by a ton. She has 113 votes. The next highest being the quote is, he had a tank, then Leadfoot and Tread stole it. Now he just has ordnance and anger.
I'm surprised that's not just winning so far.
That's at 75 votes.
Nope, sorry, guess.
The other two are at 25, so Europe.
All right, I'm going to take a break from doing this
Striker's
part.
the Iron Mother's first ex is definitely the one in that suit.
Could be.
And we're going to do some more of this here glow we were talking about down here. Let me go back to,
A little of that radioactive glow.
yeah.
What color are you painting the gun and sort of the coil casing and all that?
The brown or the green?
So like you see the coils at the
Yeah.
top?
Yeah,
And-
this?
Yeah. On the camera right now it's showing really light.
The
Yeah, so
housing,
this is
yeah.
zenithal base coat, right?
Yeah.
And I just went over with a really like watered down glaze of necrotite green. Mm-hmm. Just like super vibrant.
But the casing of that, what color will that be?
I don't know. I might do it like gold or something.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
I might actually. It'll probably just be corroded, to be honest.
Just corroded gunk.
Yeah. Which I'm gonna do a little bit more corrosion here because he's not quite messy enough. In fact,
Striker, one of our most regular viewers, says Jordan trying to taunt is like a red panda trying to taunt. I think he just called you adorable.
I think I was just going to say, so you mean adorable and amazing? I think you're right.
it's kind of you. That's very kind of you. This is not something that I've ever like done before. Is painting corrosion on something that's like non-metallic metal. So this is
A little bit
kind of
experimentation
a little bit
live.
of an experiment. Yeah.
Trying things for the first time.
I mean, what's the worst that happens? It doesn't work?
Right.
You just walk out the factory and grab another 1,000 more and just try again.
It's true.
You could paint Destructotrons 1 through 2,999.
Oh, that's so gonna be canon.
And then the studio version is Destructotron 3000.
The bright and shiny penny, which I'm pretty sure he's gonna be bright and shiny.
I imagine. Bright, shiny, and chrome.
Yep.
I feel like when I get around to painting mine, I want to do graffiti. Like someone has spray painted something on the side of his hull. Like a warning. Someone got close enough to spray paint like warning only knows how to kill.
Or you could just go Full Metal Jacket and just put Born to Kill on there.
You know what? I'm gonna put hazard stripes on this guy.
Built to kill.
This is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Build to Kill. Yeah.
And I think I'm actually gonna have him be a color and not metallic. I think the corrosion will work better on this. So We're gonna audible real quick.
Oh, I love audibles.
Something totally different. This happens a lot. Let me find the right color. Let's see here. We got green. What's gonna go good with green? Well, let's start with maybe.
Do you want
like
a cool color or a warm color?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna do like white armor.
That's what I did for my James.
I know. That's why I'm stealing it.
It looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not sure how it looks with non-metallic metal, but I bet it looks dope.
I want sickly skin. That's what I want. And we're gonna mix this with some Hammerfall khaki to get a base coat.
Screwfizzle asks Tony, who do you want to be unveiled through Hungerford's Riot Quest promotional vote?
Hungerfest.
Hungerfest.
So,
So new at LVO this year, Hungerfest.
if I were to ever run my own convention,
Yeah.
it can never be called HungerCon or Hungerfest because I think I'm going to attract the wrong crowd.
I believe you. No, I don't believe you're correct. I know you're right.
Yeah.
And yes, we do from time to time have the Hunger Games.
The
already.
Hungerford Games, yeah.
When are we bringing that back?
You're the con manager. You decide where it gets run.
There's a strong part of me that would love to do that at Adepticon.
I mean,
Hungerford, you're taking credit for this coolness that's happening right now.
I don't want your credit. I just want you to be happy.
I am happy.
Good. That's all that matters to me.
I'm a satisfied human being.
You're just painting over it.
Oh yeah.
Didn't you just do non-metallic metal?
Yeah.
And now you're just changing. Oh, when you said audible, you straight up meant
Audible.
audible.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to do the white on the parts you hadn't painted yet.
Oh no.
Nope, he's just do-overs.
So just like straight up, here's how you do non-metallic metal, and here's how you don't.
Here's how you go over
You know,
it with something.
this is
different.
a good indication of like how painting goes sometimes. Sometimes you're like, this is working, and other times you're like, this isn't really working the way I want it to work. So then you're like, all right, I'm going to do this other thing that's way cooler.
I mean,
So we're going to do that other thing.
Nino
that's way
J
cooler.
says, is Cold Steel leaving the P3 line? Absolutely not. You can't see it in the store. Me and my compatriot who is sitting behind me, Andy, our customer service guy.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Andy. We will look into
You
it as
wave.
soon as the stream is over and see why it's not there for you. So check back in a little under an hour there, Nino.
You can just email me at front desk and I'll get to it this afternoon.
Or we'll just
Or we'll just do it when we go back. Yeah, one of the two.
Why
We'll
make
do
them
it.
wait, Andy?
I like making you wait. I'm sorry. It's just, I think it's funny. I'm obviously kidding, but, you know.
Sultry tones of Andy.
I know.
All right, so we're just going to go in here. We're going to paint in some highlights real
Thank
quick.
you for the sudden love, guys. I appreciate that.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
yes, we try to only have good people working here. Somehow I've snuck by for a decade.
Yeah, I was
but in
about to say.
general, good people.
Well, you are the best at being the worst.
It's a skill.
So that
frankly,
counts,
kinda
right?
true.
Yeah.
Also, for everybody who's wondering, real fast way to paint white. Just paint it real messy and then shade it and highlight it, and then eventually it looks good.
Shablam.
Just throw paint at it till something happens.
You too can be a studio painter.
I mean, honestly though, like painting white, like don't try and make it super smooth. Just make it like kind of choppy. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's really white.
There
Yeah,
you go.
there you go.
Yeah.
You can see a little bit more of that now. So see how that's kind of they're losing
It's trying to focus on your hand.
There we go.
There you go.
Boom.
Nailed it.
Yeah, see how like messy that is? I'm not going super clean with this.
Well, he's
But-
not a super clean dude anyway.
And-
Whoa, 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 whoa. You take that back right now.
He's got corrosion and glowing
Oh, I thought you were talking
green-
about me.
No.
I'm a
No,
nice
you are
and clean
crisp
boy.
and sharp, sir.
Well, except for my hair that I haven't gotten cut in a while. Been busy.
Well, that's because you're trying to take the edgelord title from Hungerford.
Jeez.
I have
No.
so many comments to not make on this stream right now.
Did any of them involve Tobey Maguire from the third Spider-Man movie?
Oh,
No.
oh man.
Screwfizzle wants to know what white you're using. He's using sickly flesh.
Sickly
and-
skin.
Sickly skin? Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, you corrected me earlier.
Don't correct me.
I corrected you.
It makes me physically
What's
nauseous.
I'm using Sickly Skin
I will go
because
rewrite. I will take a marker and go to every
it's
paint pot in
got
the
some
back
green in it. I'm just ignoring Hunter right
and
now.
fix it.
Sickly Skin has some green in it, which will play really nicely with the green glow from the coils.
Also, painting off white. Like when I paint white, which I've been painting a lot recently, I never do straight white. Like I start off with a off white of some kind or a very light gray, and then build up.
Well, because that way lies madness. If you try to just go straight white, you are likely, unless you are really good at super even thin coats, you're gonna just have a blotchy mess.
You can prime white, right, and then try and go over that.
That's mo
but
different.
It's not. I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
I'm also going to add some more color to this white. Let's take, where did Hammerfall Khaki go? It's around here somewhere. There it is. We're going to take that. We're going to do some, oh gosh. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Nothing broke.
Put this in the shadows.
Oh, how are you gonna end up painting the head? Also white?
Yeah.
No, okay.
Do you want me to adjust?
I didn't know
that
if you wanted
camera
to
for
do
you?
maybe like a kind of a metallic inner eye, kind of a Jabba's palace.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Door
okay.
droid
Yeah. No. But yeah.
Like where your head's at, but no.
Yeah, definitely not that. But
You monster.
I like where you're coming from.
I think I might do that on mine.
You should, because I've already stolen, what you did with James. So now you can't do it. Couldn't possibly do it. You wouldn't let yourself do it.
What are you talking?
Because I'm the master.
What is
I
happening over
I
there?
have no idea. I'm just saying words.
I
Words
think
are coming
he's
out
just
of my
leaning
face.
real
is
hard
this,
into
is
that
it finally
edge roll.
happening? Is this the live on-stream mental breakdown of a privateer press staffer?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I guess I'm not winning my $20 today.
Nope. You are not.
Not this day. Besides, we all know it's going to be Danny.
No. I think that
That ship has already sailed.
yeah. Alec M. Luda says, so I'm going to try and make this look like I bought from Fallout New Vegas. How would someone make license plates? That is for Jordan. And for Will, what kind of license plates do they have in Convergence or Riot Quest? Oh,
License plates.
don't have any license plates on anything.
Never seen this character before because I've never played Fallout.
You know, Alec,
I'd put one on Leadfoot and Treads.
honestly, what I would recommend, dude, is on Danny's show, which still hasn't been canceled, the Hobby Hangout, they specifically talk about doing conversions and making your own terrain and making your own bits. So in terms of how to make a license plate, that's the show to ask because either
Absolutely.
Brian or Danny will have an answer for you.
I agree. That's good advice.
I would probably just use a very thin piece of plastic card.
You know what? I was going to say that, and then I realized that maybe these guys should check out the Hobby Hangout
They
tomorrow. Watch
should,
it.
because if they ask that in the Hobby Hangout, then they might show them and not just talk about it.
I'll tell whoever's doing it tomorrow to talk about it. 'Cause,
Screwfizzle says,
I'm cool.
and I'm gonna try and voice act this based on how he wrote it, where he used caps, and where his exclamation points were.
All
Dude,
right,
piece of sprue. What up? I feel like Screwfizzle was trying to like bow up to us and start a fight about pieces of sprues.
Hey man, you wanna start a fight? I ain't gonna fight.
That's right. Just roll over and show me your belly, Jordan. Like, step one. Just
I mean, that's very me though. Like, doesn't get any more me than that.
then just rolling over and showing your belly.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm a
here's
nice
my,
guy.
Here's my neck. Just do what you need to with it.
I'm a
not
nice
fight.
guy. I'm not really into the whole fighting thing. Unless, butt's got to get kicked.
Wow.
Yeah.
That changed in tone drastically. Like I'm a pacifist unless I got to kill someone. Wait, hold up. What?
How very Doctor Who of you.
Himar81 says, wow, I never would have imagined that sickly flesh would look so good as the hull.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
You get that almost... so if you weren't going with the dirty splotch look, you could do a couple thin layers and end up with almost a ceramic look. And if you do a gloss...
Which is kind of what I was going for.
Yeah, if you do like a gloss over it, like a gloss wash, a gloss glaze, you get this really cool looking bright and shiny thing, which is what I did with my James. Yours is also looking super sweet. It's very weathered and, he's been through some stuff.
Yeah, dude, he's the 3000th one.
No, he's the only one.
They started at 3,000 and never looked back.
They
because
only
he
made one
shot
of him,
them.
and they just started at 3,000.
They were going to count down, but he killed them all.
Again, I think just whoever was making him was trying to sound cool. They're like, I could just call him by his actual name, like we've done with a lot of other ones, or maybe I'll give him a name like some of the other troops, like, there's eradicators and perforators and reciprocators. Maybe I'll just call him like, Destructor. And then, in a flash of genius, he was like, no, it's not edgy enough. Destructotron. Nah, it's still not edgy enough. Destructotron 3000.
When he flipped him on, he got shot in the face.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. As he's sitting there ruminating, he's like, Destructotron 3000? Maybe Shadow Dragon XX99. That might be a better name. And all of a sudden you just hear, Destructotron 3000 online, initiating greeting protocol. And he just disintegrates the dude's face.
Yeah.
Mine's going to be called Rustbot number 1. Yep.
Way to take this the completely wrong
Yep.
direction, Jordan. Just
Rustbot number 1.
We had some
What up?
narrative we were building, and then you were like, "Nah,
No,
cat
I'm
on the
called
coffee
this
table."
one. This one is Rustbot number 1. And then if and when we decide to release another robot, it'll be Rustbot number 2.
We already released
Wait, do we have another robot?
James, do you have
Right, that is a
short,
robot.
medium, or long-term memory?
Lost.
I'm Will.
Hi, Will. My name's Frank. It's nice to meet you. I do something here.
You
They
pay-
pay me for something.
You paint miniatures.
Do I?
You do.
I do. Do quite a lot.
There are other robots coming in the future, though. There are no other Destructotrons, though.
They gasp.
They gasp.
He's a one of a kind. Now, one thing we haven't established canonically, and we've kind of gone back and forth, is whether he talks or just makes beeps or boops.
Oh, he definitely beat boops.
He has no
there's-
mouth.
There's 3 ways of looking at it, and this is so either he can talk and actually be like Destructotron online.
Okay, wrong way number 1.
He can beep boop,
Correct.
or he communicates the only way he knows how to, which is violence. So when he wants to say hello, he puts a hole in your chest. When he wants
So-
to say, "Are you having a nice day?" he disintegrates your left hand. Eventually, he can only say so much to one person because there's not much left.
Right, conversations are finite.
Yeah.
with
And goodbye is removal of the head at the atomic level.
right. So I'm not seeing a conflict between 1 and 2.
Beep boop and talking?
Beep boop and talking via violence. I'm not seeing a
No,
conflict. I
talking
think
via
you're
violence
gonna-
is 3.
Right. But what I'm saying, number 2 was just beeping and booping.
Yeah.
Right?
Beep
He
boop is
obviously
obviously the only
destructs
solution.
things.
Oh, if
And
he-
that is a form of communication. So I think it's both.
I think if he talks through violence, that's the only way he can, because that's the only way you can understand what he's trying to say very briefly before you die.
Whereas the beep boops are the tone he's putting into the
Oh,
words.
sure, yeah.
Right? Right. So you were saying his hello is, blowing off your left hand.
Yeah.
With a boop boop.
Sure.
Right, is a, oh, it's good to meet you
Yeah.
as well.
And then your arm's gone.
Zorch.
Just trying to add a little bit more color to this white here with a little bit of battle dress green. Pulling some more of those green tones in, right, from glow, that sort of thing.
So Screwfizzle now points the question he had asked Tony to me about which of the mystery RightQuest models am I voting for.
Yes.
I am going with the one that is currently in the lead because I'm also very interested about who has a
The
sister.
baby sister.
I voted for one already. I can't remember which one it was.
We were just talking about your memory.
Way to have an opinion.
Hey,
And then immediately
I voted already, okay?
forget and disregard it.
I can go look and see what your vote was. I'm going to go do that for you. I'm going to go on Facebook right now. And we're going to see what you voted for. And we're going to see if you voted for the right thing.
I mean, they're all kind of the right answer, right? It's kind of the whole
Wait a minute.
thing.
Is Tony like ghostly doing Privateer Press chat at the moment?
He might be observing the
'Cause,
chat.
well, he's not in the room,
Partaking.
so if he's logged on somewhere, he is. Tony is here with us in
Tony
spirit.
Konicek! Rick
We
in the
did not kill
house.
him.
We have a paint related question in terms of what colors to use.
Heck yeah.
William Ash on Facebook says, "What would you use for the armor on a red marble / quartz themed immortal group?" He really likes your off white, by the way. So if you're going to
Thank you.
do red marble or quartz on immortals, what colors are you using?
It'd be like brick tones, so like Scorn Red mixed with like Carnal Pink or some flesh tones. Like what I would do, I would paint the base with Scorn Red. I would shade with like do squiggly shades with Scorn Red and Umbral Umber, and then I would highlight with and do like your squiggly highlights, right? Because it's marbled. With Scorn Red plus Cardic Flesh and a little bit of like Rucksack Tan or Meneth White highlight, and just play around with like some highlights in there for a little while and see where you get to. But like that's kind of where I would start. Also, I would check out what red marble looks like or something that's pretty close, and then go from there. Is also a really strong suggestion. Like I said earlier, reference is king.
Did you say that earlier?
I did. I mentioned it. It might have been in one of my like weird tirades where I wasn't sure exactly what I was talking about, but definitely mentioned it earlier.
Acrostor wants to know if there's a P3 paint all-in-one box. There's not everything in one box, but there are some like faction sets that get you 6-ish paints. But nothing. You might need to center up there, Jordan. You are way too
Oh,
close
no.
to yourself.
Oh no! What am I doing? Oh no!
There you go. You definitely reverted to your standard painting.
What am I doing? I'm just painting some robots, yeah.
Alternately, you could move your hands to wherever is the most comfortable, and I could come adjust the camera.
Nah, it's cool.
Yeah, that sounded like a lot more work than I wanted to do, so good on you.
I don't really want you over here adjusting my camera while I'm sitting here.
I
Because,
understand
that
completely.
sounds uncomfortable.
But for who?
So yeah, I'm just like messily painting this white, and it's looking pretty sweet. I'm really happy with how it's coming along. Just as a kind of once over, if you guys are curious on what the recipe is for it, it's because I just put it together. Sickly Skin, Hammerfall Khaki, Battle Dress Green are the colors. So this is kind of like where you're at.
Jordan, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what up?
Since we've got 12 minutes left in the stream,
Yes.
do we have P3 painters?
No, we do not.
Yes, we do.
Oh.
We have one.
I was not consulted.
Would you
just
like to see it?
saying. Yeah, we can see it.
Let us.
But before we do that,
wait. Oh.
Yes, I am adding rust effects all over this thing already. This is what these are. They're like corroded rust effects. And like these are all the metals basically going to be all rusted out. I might do some like pops of like metallic in there somewhere, but he's just going to be a real beat up boy.
Sweet.
He's had a day.
More like 3,000 days.
Oh! I see what you did there. All
It
right.
hasn't been 3,000 days since the apocalypse happened.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
They don't know that. Let's go to P3 Painters.
To the P3 Painters. Look at that. It's our very own Ponto Hornblower.
Oh.
He's
And
in
he's-
chat right now.
He's got a flying gun bore.
Is he flying? Like,
He is totally
or is
flying.
he just like? Whoa!
No, he is-
There we go. All right.
Because the only
I
thing
want
more
gun bores
terrifying
that do this.
than a gun bore is a flying gun bore.
I like that you've done the smoke trails out of the gun. That's a really cool thing.
Pew, pew, pew.
Cannon, what have you, whatever. That's a vehicle of destruction. That is what that is.
How do
Everything
people?
about this is the best thing I've seen today.
Jor-
Just top to bottom.
So when I see that smoke going out of the tip of this barrel, I'm just imagining this thing like firing this cannon off its back and just getting launched in the opposite
Or
direction.
starting to spin upside down because he's midair.
Just doing some backflips.
Must have that be the next one. This is sweet though.
So yeah, pigs can fly if you sculpt a
Pigs can
jetpack
fly.
onto them.
Pigs can fly. Next army that I see from somebody has to have all of their pigs flying. Every single one of them.
So Jordan,
Yep.
speaking of,
Uh-huh.
how do people get their work featured on #P3 Painting?
Yeah, you gotta submit pictures of your painted models, your War Machine, Hordes,
Monster
Mom
Apocalypse, Riot Quest, Painted Widow's Wood, Painted Level 7.
Basically anything we make, you paint it up, looks cool. Just go ahead and post it, or even work in progress. Go ahead and throw it on #P3 Painters. You can submit it through Twitter, Facebook, all of
Instagram?
your social media. I'm sorry, Instagram. Thank you. My brain doesn't work. Blah blah blah. Beep boop.
He just revealed this.
broken myself.
He just revealed the secret that
I
in the
am
future he's the one shoved into Destructotron.
Okay,
You know what I want to see somebody
let's move to
submit?
the next one. Is that the only one we have?
Yeah, that is all we have today.
Oh, Tony, you're slacking. My goodness.
You know what I want to see?
What's that?
We-
A straight sentence come out of my mouth.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't setting you up for like the zinger. That would have been funny though. No, I want to see somebody paint a level 7 model. Actually, I've seen painted level 7 Mega Protocol models. I want to see somebody paint one of the Invasion models. Just one of the little tiny guys.
I'm not going to do that for you. Sorry.
Not you. Somebody in the community. Comes with all those little miniatures. I hope the next P3 painters we see like one of the
#level up level 7.
my brain just not Gin, because Gin's the Dr.
Are you
Kronos.
catching my brain dysfunction right now?
Hydra, is Hydra, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep. You're
the big
you're
bulky guys.
Slowly edging your way off camera again.
Yeah, it was right. It was Hydra. Haha, my brain works. I was trying to remember the big bulky alien race because they only ever showed up in Invasion. They were
yeah.
never in Escape or Mega Protocol.
Travis wants you to join him on stream tonight, Hungy.
I can't. I'm going to an art show downtown.
Whoa.
Wait. Culture?
Whoa.
Yeah, I do that.
What?
I do a lot of weird things that people won't expect.
That's not true.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
The next time you go home, you will actually be able to tell your family you saw real art and not just someone's gun collection and pelts.
I'm not saying that's not art either.
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm saying not just.
I've seen some
those
very,
things.
very interesting gator skull art hanging up in barns before.
Sure. I've seen some very, very intriguing taxidermy situations.
Oh, yeah. Grew up in the bayou. I've seen lots of taxidermy.
I luckily didn't grow up there, but about half my family's from there, so I've had to go there.
That Audible you called. Not saying the previous version didn't look good, Jordan.
Pretty
But
good
this,
call, huh?
but this kind of
It's,
worked out, yeah.
It's looking pretty slick. It's almost like it's almost like the white and the green on the robots with some battle damage and rust is a good color scheme.
Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you've
This
got
is
a lot
also,
of things playing together very well.
like this is definitely a secret hidden thing about me. I love this type of paint scheme, and if I could paint it for everything, I probably would.
You can do a convergence army.
I could.
You could paint Mom.
I have other plans for this.
Your UCI for Mompoc could look like that.
Top fan
It's true.
and sculptor Doug Hamilton says Jordan just gets better and better.
I just get worse and worse. You just never saw me the day before.
Wow.
Wait, what did I
You
just say?
are off camera again. You are
Calm
so bad
down.
at this.
I am really good at this.
Do you know what you're
just
painting
don't
next
know.
week, by the way, for next week's show?
We talked about it very briefly. I do not remember off the top of my head.
Cool.
It'll be cool though. I think.
I mean, that's a given.
I think I might be painting with you on next week's stream.
Are you?
Yeah, I think I'm the guest seat.
Do you know what it is?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I have some things I would like to paint.
What would you
What
like
would you
to
like
paint?
to paint?
I mean, there's just a few things I need to get done, so I could use I could use an hour of time to get them done.
Yeah, there you go.
Like double dip. Like I get my grind ball and pillar knocked out.
Yeah,
mean, we could take 5
Or you
minutes
could
and
you
knock
could
out
paint
a
Helga
grind
on wheels.
I could do Helga. I could paint my chests for Riot Quest, which I need to do.
Which Screwfizzle just suggested as well. So
Yeah.
the fans are into it.
I could face paint Jordan while you try and paint a miniature.
Now, when you say face paint Jordan, do you mean paint his face or paint him with your face?
a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
A little bit of column A, a lot of bit of column B. Take with that what you will.
I could do Helga. I could just is her body a separate bit from the bike?
Yeah.
So I would definitely paint her in sub-assemblies.
That one, I could see that being a significant benefit.
So I could definitely just do her bike in an hour, probably.
Or you just do her body.
Dry brush the whole thing in cold steel, go from there.
Oh no! I like to make my stuff look real grimy and real pharaoh-y. Like it should look like it's just belching oil in every
Oh,
direction.
well then start with a very healthy dry brush of deathless metal and go from there.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take some muddy wash and put some grit in it, so it sticks and gives it a texture.
Yeah.
Just get weird.
Just go outside, get some dirt, rub some dirt in it.
Probably take a little blowtorch at the end.
It's a little confectioner's torch.
I've never blowtorched a model, Jordan. Does that work?
How much resin is she? I think
Friends,
she's-
don't try that at home.
I think she's pretty
Don't try
resin.
at
That
home.
might not go well.
Well, Jordan, we have 4 minutes left. Are you at a pretty good spot?
I'm in an all right spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you show some of the rust effects you did a little bit better?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I think there's been some real
You are off mic, sir.
interest. Oh yeah, I am off mic. I'm just. Alec wants to know if I could paint Fuhrer 4. I don't have a model in hand yet that I could do that with. Are you just doing some rust up there?
Yeah, a little bit of dirt.
Just
grime,
griming
rust,
him
what
up.
have you.
And what are you using for that?
Umbral Umber and Bloodstone. The best colors in the world. All right, so we can get in here and do a little bit of a close-up.
Let's do some close up.
Beep boop.
Yeah, so
Oh wow, that looks really good.
basically got most of this bit done, right? A nice little, ooh, there we go.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, what I'll do for you guys is I'll post an update when this guy's done on the Riot Quest Facebook group, so you guys can see what he looks like when he's in his fully painted glory.
Look at that.
Because yeah, I'm really excited about this, and it definitely fits the aesthetic of the post-apocalyptic world, right? Which I really like.
Yeah.
I'm into.
Dracus Dragoon wants to know, what did you use to shade the sickly skin?
I used Hammerfall Khaki, woo, and Battle Dress Green. So I'm gonna move these up here.
There you go. Oh yeah, yeah. Yep, I see it.
So you got your nice highlight, which I mixed in with the Hammerfall, and this is the nice shade.
And what's great is, as you were pointing out before, is because all of these colors have some green to them, or are a green in Battle Dress Green's case.
Yeah.
They're going to react really well to
Yep.
your glow.
Yes. Yeah. Yup.
Sweet.
Glow.
Jordan, take us home.
Take us home. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm super excited. I think I had a really good time. I really like this model.
I think I had a really good time.
I'm sorry. I had a really good time.
There we
wow.
go. Nailed it.
I had a great time. This model's dope. I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it. Show me all of your sweet painted Destructotron 3000s on hashtag P3Painters, because I want to see them. Or if you want to copy mine, that's cool too. Or / copy Hungerford's.
What?
Because he also did this
Yeah.
for his models. Anyways, I will see you guys next week. I'm super excited for that show, and I will see you guys next time.
Goodbye. Be safe. Remember things.
Bye.
Don't blowtorch your models.
Hey man, I woke up at 3. Okay, I got like 4 hours of sleep. All right, my brain don't work right today. At least I can paint.
Why'd you wake up at